come with us on a day where we had to try and fit 3 different jobs in. First one being this one. It's a really old garage with some very old original wiring basically sort of strewn everywhere, so it really needed sorting. It had old fluorescent tubes, a lot of them weren't working, a lot of connector blocks open, exposed cables here, there and everywhere, so it needed tidying, but it was an older customer, so we needed to do it in a way that was sort of making good and remedial and safe, but obviously without spending tons of money. The first thing was getting all the cables ripped out, and then we ran a tough flex around rather than twin and earth with no CPC inside. So we got about planning a route, which was quite tricky because the whole garage was a bit all over the place, so we got our cables in and fixed the joist work wherever we could. We were replacing with the new LED battens, and then we had to cable tie some of the cables along some of the metal framework as well. Also replacing a lot of the accessories. Got a couple of whisker boxes in just for our cable connections and used a cable stapler along some of the joist work as well for our metal fixings. But that was that, considerably brighter, cables all fixed appropriately, and also earths going to every fitting now as well, which there very much wasn't before. While we were there, we also needed to change over a heating controller and match the thermostat with it as well, which we got done relatively quickly, and that was all good too. Quick programming at a time, which is normally the slowest bit, and then we were done at this one and on to the next one. That one we got a call from the customer saying they'd had John Lewis over to fit a microwave. They'd carried out a ZS test and got a really high reading, so they wanted us to confirm it for them. Had a good visual look around and everything seemed okay on the surface of things, although I'm never a big fan of the tags for those earth clips. Did the initial ZS test and the ZE test, all disconnecting the earths and making sure everything and every time we got the same readings too, so this was a case of contacting the DNO to see if we could get that sorted. Last one was to change over 4 smoke alarms in a house. Last time we were on site we noticed that they were about 5 years out of date, so we wanted to get the up-to-date ones, get them swapped over so they were new and fresh, got them back in. And while we were at it, the customer mentioned this had been her light for the last 9 years under the stairs, and could we please change it to something more suitable. Personally I'd have kept it, but we thought okay, let's put an under cabinet strip light in there just to make it a bit tidier and brighter, and it was much better. She was really happy not to have to do a dance every time she got her coat out. And that was that, 10 times better, super happy customer. While we were at it, we didn't forget to do the decibel check on the smoke alarms as well, making sure they did exactly what they should be doing, over 85 decibels. And all 4 alarms going off together too, which is exactly what we want. That was our day, another busy one, but we managed to get it all done within the day. Make sure you give us a follow on all our channels.